Well, hey, my name is Rob. We are SEA Financial. I'm here with Chris and Orla. I'm just the marketing guy. Chris and Orla are our lead CPAs. And if you're considering working with us, we just want to talk to you a little bit about our process of pricing. Now, I always like to share that there's kind of three level of accountants. You've got just your simple historian accountants that do your taxes, your bookkeeping. The second stage is where they might be doing more of an outsourced accounting model, providing some proactive tax planning, doing the bookkeeping for you. We do that, but where Chris and Orla really shine as they serve as this additional third layer of wisdom, guidance, and service to help businesses become more profitable and more scalable. So I just want to introduce you. We're going to talk a little bit about pricing and what that looks like. But real quick, Chris and Orla, you got a husband and wife team. You got 3 kids. You're out of Kentucky. Orla, why don't you walk us through the last 20 years? What have you been doing? You're the accountant. Why don't you just introduce yourself, and then we'll pick Chris's brain a little bit here.
Yes, definitely. Thank you, Rob. My name is Orla. Chris and I, we have 3 kiddos and 2 girls and a boy. Our youngest is 7. And yes, I've been doing accounting for over 20 years. I started with Deloitte way back when. It was one of the big fours, they called it back then. And after that, I moved to a CPA firm and worked there for several years doing taxes and other things. And then after that, I moved to corporate accounting and did some work in the restaurant industry. And so, yes, over 20 years of experience, and I'd love to take that experience and help you in your own business. And I'm going to let Chris talk a little bit, get to introduce himself too.
Yeah, absolutely. Chris, what have you been doing for the last 20 years? Help us get to know you a little bit.
Yeah, thanks. So I've been in corporate finance and accounting for nearly 20 years. Specialty was to go in and really understand the business and the drivers of their profitability, their cash flow. It really put plans in place to help achieve objectives, right? Achieve higher growth, more success. And really want to take that now to smaller and medium-sized business owners who don't have those full finance and accounting teams in place. And so we will look at essentially 12 different drivers of the business. After we meet, we understand what your objectives are, what you're trying to do. And we really identify the top 3 or so at a time and help work with you and how you can improve each of those. And as we do that over the coming weeks and months, we'll move down to the next 3 and so on. And really, at the end of 12 to 18 months, we should achieve the objectives that we set out to do.
Yep. So the great question is, how much does this stuff cost? And as your marketing guy, we've talked a lot about this. Now, you guys will do everything from simple, cleanup and accounting and kind of taxes for people. You'll do some of those fundamentals. Usually you're doing it for businesses with a couple of employees and whatnot. And you guys aren't the cheapest. You're not the most expensive, but you guys have this kind of outsourced accounting thing. Orla, you're a QuickBooks queen. You guys are able to do the tax work, provide that proactive tax planning. So when folks connect with us, what we'll do is we'll look at your accounting. We're going to look at your bookkeeping. We're going to do a snapshot of everything. We're going to look at your tax return. We really like to get our paws on the tax return. And then what they're going to do, Chris and Orla are really good at this. I'm just better at saying it. They're going to analyze everything and come up with ideas and opportunities to help you grow, to help you scale, to help you save in taxes. And we've talked about there are businesses making $200,000 a year net, and you're able to put thousands back in their pockets just in tax savings. And then the way you're able to help create forecasts and budgets for that business to scale and grow, it's priceless, which sounds kind of corny. Of course we would say that, but here's what we'll do. We'll look at ways to create value, and that's our challenge. That's what we want to do, but we'll create a scope that's right for you. Chris and Orla have customers where they're doing long-term, large engagements as the CFO and doing the accounting and bookkeeping, and those can be thousands per month. There's simple ones where there's kind of a start and end to it. We can do cleanup. So if you're looking to connect, we're generally not doing single member S corps a lot. Like if you're just somebody making $80,000 a year, that's not necessarily our sweet spot. We really love working with businesses with $500,000 to $5 million's kind of been a sweet spot for us. I don't know, Chris, Orla, any thoughts about who, just as they get started with you and what the pricing looks like? Anything that you'd want to share in this conversation about what that would look like? Otherwise, that's pretty much what they'd expect, right?
Yeah, so we really want to get to know you, right? We're going to spend time understanding you, understanding your business, understanding your objectives, and really what's important to you. And we know that It's probably going to be family involved as well, personal time, how all of those things balance out in your life. So we're not just going to do the numbers. We're not just going to look at your history and move on. You're not just another number to us, right? We want to build a relationship. We want your business to be successful for you, however you define that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So folks, if you're looking to get started, we'd love to connect with you. Just book a consultation. You just hit the button up here, and no pressure, but it's our challenge to try and add value. And Chris and Orla do a fantastic job, and we appreciate your time. We'll come up with a scope of work that's right for your business, that works for us and works for you. So thank you so much for reaching out, and we look forward to helping you. Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Orla.